Tonight's news, Pala suspends classes and government work in Luzon due to Storm Christine. Tropical Storm Christine leaves 26 dead, thousands displaced. Tanker MV Savior crashes on Benmalay, Pangasinan shore. LTO suspends transfer of vehicle ownership. Philippine grants special permit for 753 buses for All Saints Day travel. Manila City government doubles cash aid for elderly residents. Good evening, I'm Ed Abalos and this is the Pilipinas Update, bringing you the weekend news from the Philippines. Pala suspends classes and government work in Luzon due to Storm Christine. The Office of the President has announced the suspension of classes and government work across Luzon as Tropical Storm Christine intensifies. The directive issued on Wednesday is aimed at ensuring the safety of students, government employees, and the general public as the storm continues to bring heavy rainfall and strong winds across the region. The announcement was made following a recommendation from the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council and the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical, and Astronomical Services Administration, which has raised storm warnings in multiple provinces. With flood-prone areas and strong gusts expected, the government has urged local governments to prioritize preemptive evacuations in vulnerable communities. Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin emphasized that the suspension applies to both public and private schools as well as non-essential government offices. The safety of our citizens is the government's utmost priority. We are calling on everyone to take all necessary precautions and stay indoors as much as possible, he stated in a press briefing. In addition to the suspension, various government agencies have been placed on high alert to respond to any emergencies that may arise. The Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, and local disaster units have begun mobilizing relief supplies and rescue teams to areas expected to bear the brunt of the storm. Metro Manila, Central Luzon, and parts of Northern Luzon are forecasted to experience intense rainfall that could trigger flash floods and landslides. Residents in low-lying and mountainous areas have been advised to monitor weather updates and comply with evacuation orders as needed. Meanwhile, Pag-asa has reported that the Christine is expected to continue intensifying as it moves across Luzon, warning that the storm's broad rain bands could cause severe flooding even in areas not directly in its path. As the latest forecast, the storm was packing winds up to 95 kilometers per hour with stronger gusts. The suspension of works and classes as part of a broader strategy to minimize the risk and allow local authorities to focus on disaster response. Private companies in affected areas are also encouraged to implement flexible work arrangements for their employees. The public is urged to stay informed through official channels for further advisories and update on storm's movement and its potential impact in the coming days. Tropical Storm Christine, internationally known as TRAMI, has wreaked havoc across the Luzon region of the Philippines, leaving at least 26 people dead and displacing towns. That the storm triggered widespread flooding, landslides, and rescue efforts, particularly in areas such as Metro Manila, Bicol, and parts of Central and Northern Luzon. The National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council reported that most of the casualties were due to drowning as floodwaters rose rapidly in many areas. In Camarines Sur and Albay, people were forced to evacuate their homes, with many being stranded on rooftops. Rescue efforts have been hampered by the extensive flooding, but the Philippine government has mobilized resources, including military and Coast Guard units, to help those affected areas. Additionally, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. canceled his scheduled appointments to focus on coordinating relief efforts, prioritizing the safety for those in the hardest hit areas. Thousands of homes remain submerged, and many families have sought refuge in evacuation centers. The heavy rainfall associated with the Christine has also impacted key infrastructure, including roads and bridges, complicating the efforts to reach isolated communities. Emergency warning remain in the place as authorities brace for more heavy rains in the coming days.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
Philam TV Network. the heartbeat of Filipino-American culture in the United States. It is the only channel that brings you closer to home, celebrating the rich heritage and traditions of the Philippines. Available on free TV without any subscription and on digital platforms like Roku, Amazon Fire TV, WCE TV apps, Facebook, and YouTube. Wherever you are, whatever you do, stay connected to your Filipino heritage with PhilAm TV Network. PhilAm TV Network Inc., the only Filipino-American channel always within reach.
Don't waste your money on CBD. Now hold on, don't turn the video off. If you're already taking CBD, good for you. You're on a good path, but there's a much better way. If you're thinking, should I try CBD? Let me answer a couple of questions that might help you make the decision to even try a CBD product. First of all, let's answer the question, what is CBD and where does it come from? CBD is cannabidiol. It's called a cannabinoid, and it's found naturally in many different plants. In fact, as you see here in the Cannabicae family, there's hops, sandalwood, hackberry, of course, hemp, even marijuana, but we're not talking here about marijuana. In fact, we're going to be talking about hemp. As I started to mention, CBD can be found in hemp, in rather high levels, as a matter of fact. But here's the problem. CBD is not the only cannabinoid you can find in hemp. Hemp contains over 100 different cannabinoids. In fact, in the Cannabicae family, hemp contains the highest level of cannabinoids of any plant, which is why it's the most popular source for CBD. But as I mentioned, CBD is only one of the cannabinoids that you can find in hemp. Hemp contains high levels also of CBC, CBG, and CBN. So why would we want CBC, CBD, CBG, and CBN? Well, as we look at the benefits here from CBD alone, you can see these benefits are great. I mean, who wouldn't want these benefits, right? But let's look at the benefits you can get from CBC. You see, they compound with CBD and offer yet even more. But then let's also now look at CBG. CBG has even more benefits. So naturally, anybody looking for the maximum benefit you can derive from hemp would want CBC, CBG, and CBD. But don't stop there. CBN also has fantastic benefits. So if you're looking for a great hemp product and you're contemplating trying a CBD product, don't just buy CBD. And please, don't buy that cheap gas station grocery store stuff. It's just that, cheap, and it won't benefit you at all. But if you can get a high grade, medical grade in fact, hemp product that contains CBC, CBD, CBG, and CBN, now you are unleashing the full power of your body that can only happen if you have all four of these cannabinoids in your body. If you're taking CBD, you're getting roughly 1/4 of the benefit that hemp can give you. Well, fourth is better than nothing, I suppose, but when you want 100% of all the benefits that hemp can give you, that is what happens if you take CBD with CBC, CBG, and CBN. So now you're probably asking, well, where on earth do I get all four of those? The problem now is solved. CBX4 contains high levels, not trace levels, and this is very important, contains high levels of all four of these cannabinoids, which means every benefit we listed up until now is available to you naturally in CBX4 and only in CBX4.
Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
The MB Savior tanker crashed along the shoreline of Baywalk in Sabangan, Binmalay, Pangasinan on October 24, 2024 after being caught in the strong winds and high waves while en route to Sual, Pangasinan. The incident has drawn attention from local authorities who are now working to ensure public safety and mitigate environmental risk. According to Armenio de Los Angeles, officer in charge of the Municipal Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, or MDRRMO, the tanker was pushed off course by the intense weather conditions leading the unexpected crash on the Binmalay beach. The vessel was on its way to Sual, but the strong winds and the high waves forced it ashore, she explained. Mayor Pedro Pit Mirera immediately visited the crash site to assess the situation and reassure residents of their safety. In the accompanying photo, Mayor Mirera can be seen inspecting the tanker and ensuring the necessary precautions are in place to protect the community from potential hazards. We are closely monitoring the situation to ensure that there are no immediate threats to the environment or the people of Binmalay, Pangasinan. Mayor Mirera said during his inspection, local authorities together with the Philippine Coast Guard are on site to prevent any environmental damage, particularly concerning the vessel's cargo and fuel. The area around the stranded tanker has been cordoned off to ensure public safety as recovery operations are set to begin. No injuries have been reported among the crew, and authorities working swiftly to address any potential risk to the shoreline and surrounding areas. With unpredictable weather still affecting the region, residents are being urged to stay vigilant as authorities continue their efforts to resolve the situation. The Land Transportation Office, or LTO, has announced the suspension of its new administrative order regarding vehicle ownership transfer following widespread public backlash. The policy, which was meant to streamline the transfer process by requiring stricter compliance with documentation requirements, has been put on hold due to concerns from both vehicle and owner and dealers. Now, the suspended order would have required more stringent proof of vehicle ownership and detailed documentation during the transfer process. This included submitting notarized documents and securing clearances from various government agencies before a transfer could be completed. However, the implementation of these stricter regulations led to an outcry from the public who cited the complicated and time-consuming process. Vehicle owners, particularly those buying or selling second-hand vehicles, expressed frustrations over the added layers of bureaucracy, many complaining that the new rules were leading to delays in the transfer process and increased costs. In response to these concerns, LTO Chief Vigor Mendoza announced that the suspension of the order to allow for a review and possible amendments. We hear the concerns of the public and we are committed to improving the system. This suspension will give us time to reevaluate the process and ensure that it is fair, efficient for everyone, Mendoza said in a press briefing. The LTO has assured vehicle owners that during the suspension period, the previous rules for transferring vehicle ownership will apply. The agency also stated that it will consult with stakeholders including car dealers, legal experts, and the public to find a solution that balances the need for proper documentations with convenience for the public. The suspension of the new policy comes as a relief to many had been facing difficulties with the stricter requirements. However, LTO emphasized the goal of the policy is to prevent fraudulent transfers and ensure that all vehicles on the road are properly documented and registered. The public is encouraged to stay updated on further announcement regarding the matter as the LTO continues to work on refining the rules to better serve the needs of vehicle owners while maintaining road safety and legal compliance.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
PhilAm TV. For PhilAms, by PhilAms, on Free TV. The only channel available on Free TV without any subscription. Also available on digital platforms such as Roku, Amazon Fire TV, WCE TV, Facebook, and YouTube. Wherever you are, stay connected to your roots with PhilAm TV. Visit our website, www.philamtv.us.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
We are the Philippines. We are land and sea. We are 7,107 islands. We are island people in a vast archipelago divided by the last ice age. We are one nation, yet a diverse people. We think in different ways. We speak in many voices. We dream in many worlds. We live many lives, all alluring, for we are naturally beautiful. We are tropical, we are warm, of heart, of greeting, of climate. We are mountainous, we are volcanic, we have volcanoes within volcanoes, and the most perfect cone. We are wet all around, we are wet underground. And when the typhoons blow, we are wet all over. Never far from a waterfall, never distant from a beach. Everywhere our soothing waters beckon. We are lush, we are fertile, we are prolific, multifarious, biologically diverse. 10 times more, so they say, than the Galapagos itself. We have the smallest primate, the smallest carabao, the smallest fish. We have the largest fruit, the largest flower, the largest raptor, the majestic Philippine eagle. and other rare finds. The dugong, the cloud rat, grass owls, civet cats that deliver a wild flavored coffee. Hundreds of species of birds and insects. Thousands of species of fish and shells. And there, gleaming in the center of the Sulu Sea, the Tubataha Reef, a World Heritage Site. Only one of many others in these sun-kissed islands. And here we are, its people, the Filipinos. Who love to eat, who love to drink, who love to do nothing, who love to be ourselves. We sing a lot. We dance a lot. We talk a lot. We love a lot. We love a good laugh, and we do laugh a good lot. We laugh at each other, we laugh at ourselves. We celebrate life with raised glass, on bended knee, with innocence, with passion, with grace. We are 7,107 islands. Incredible, irresistible, unforgettable. We are the Philippines.
Pure Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
In preparation for the annual Undas or November 1 holiday, the Land Transportation Franchising and Regulatory Board or LTFRB has issued special permits for 753 buses to accommodate the surge of passengers expected to travel across the country. The All Saints Day and the All Souls Day holidays, known locally as Undas, are a time when millions of Filipinos travel to their home provinces to visit cemeteries and remember their loved ones. The LTFRB announced that the special permits will allow these buses to operate on additional routes to meet the increased demand during the holiday periods. This route will primarily cover areas in Metro Manila, Northern Luzon, Southern Tagalog, and the Visayas, where large numbers of passengers are expected. The special permits will help ensure that there are enough buses to cater to the influx travelers during Undas, said LTFRB Chairman Teofilo Aguades. He added that the LTFRB has coordinated with the Department of Transportation or DOTR and local government units to ensure that the bus terminals are prepared for the anticipated surge in passengers. The LTFRB are also reminded bus operators to adhere to the safety protocols and ensure that buses are roadworthy given the expected volume of travelers. Transport officials emphasize that drivers must follow proper health and safety guidelines to prevent accidents during the busy travel season. The city government of Manila has launched a new initiative to double the financial assistance provided to its elderly residents. In an effort to support senior citizens, Mayor Hani Lacuna announced that the cash aid for elderly Manileños will be increased as part of the city's ongoing welfare programs. The initiative, which was officially rolled out this week, seeks to help senior citizens cope with rising living costs, particularly in the face of inflation and the economic challenges posed by the pandemic. Under the new program, the elderly population in the capital will receive twice the amount of their previous cash aid, which is distributed through the Office of Senior Citizens Affairs, or OSCA. Mayor Lacuna emphasized the importance of the initiative in improving the quality of life for Manila seniors many of whom rely on government support for their basic needs. Our elderly residents have contributed so much to our city, and it is only the right way we give back by ensuring they are financially supported, especially during these challenging times, Lacuna said during a press briefing. The increase in cash aid is part of the Manila city government's broader commitment to social welfare, which includes free medical services, regular distribution of food packs, and other benefits for the senior citizens. The city also continues to prioritize vaccination and healthcare services for the elderly to ensure their health and well-being. The program has been warmly received by senior residents, many of whom expressed gratitude for the additional assistance. This increase will really help us with our daily expenses, especially with the rising prices of food and medicine, said one elderly beneficiary. The Manila city government is expected to continue its support program for the seniors with plans to expand services and benefits in the coming years. And that was our news for this week. I am Ed Abalos, and this is the Pilipinas Update here on Philam TV. Thank you and have a great weekend.
Medical Equipment provides top-notch quality medical supply equipment. Whether to rent or buy, Pure Medical Equipment and Supplies has it all.
Pure Medical Equipment is committed to serve and give back to Southern Nevada.
We deliver medical supplies and rentals to your door.
Philam TV Network, the heartbeat of Filipino-American culture in the United States. It is the only channel that brings you closer to home, celebrating the rich heritage and traditions of the Philippines. Available on free TV without any subscription and on digital platforms like Roku, Amazon Fire TV, WCE TV apps, Facebook, and YouTube. Wherever you are, whatever you do, stay connected to your Filipino heritage with Philam TV Network. Philam TV Network Inc., the only Filipino-American channel always within reach.